In this video, I'll be showing you how to install the tail light, the tail tidy, and the turn signal front and rear. I'll show you exactly what tools you need, what kind of resistors you need, and how to make the right connections. But first, I need to remove this panel to reach the OEM cables for the turn signal. They are till here, not very long, so I need to take this panel off, extend those cables, and make a connection with the turn signal. Same goes for the tail tidy, tail light, and turn signals. So first, I need to remove the tail because this plastic bit should be sitting on the profile. I did not install it correctly and I just left it because I knew I'll be taking that off later on. So I will remove the rider seat and take the tail off. Here are all the connections to be made. So I need to take off these two bolts and redo the tail. I'll show you step by step what you need to take off and how to install the turn signals correctly. I won't be telling you to go on my channel and find the other videos to see how to remove the panels which I already made. No, this video contains everything from A to Z. So let's remove the radiator guard. It's held by, hang on, it's held by 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's remove these bolts. One is right here. Here. I'm putting all my bolts in here. I also need to remove 2 studs from underneath. Take these studs out. This is how the studs look like. So they sit like that, completely flush. You take something and press this tiny pin and they just pop right out. And when you want to put them back in, you need to line up like that. You put it in. Once they're in, you press. Take this radiator cover off. It's held by clips, so you just pop like this. Don't be afraid. There we go. Let me have a look if I can reach the cable from here. If no, then I'll take the panel off. But either way, I'm going to have to take the panel off because I can't see and these are not tightened yet. So let's take it off. This panel is held by 1, 2, and then we also need to remove, put some light on it, this bolt, and then some bolts from inside, like that one right there, as you can see right there, and that's it. I'll start by removing these 2 bolts. Because this bolt is also held by a nut on the other side. So I'll grab the nut with my wrench and open it. There we go. And again, as always, I try to keep everything together. Okay. Now 1 bolt remaining is on top and then few bolts are inside. So let's remove this one. Quite difficult because I can't reach. I'm gonna have to drop the bike down. Hang on. So as far as I remember, there was 1, 2, 3, and also there are some bolts on the inside. Yes, right here. Just so you can see, need to remove also this bolt. Okay, just so you will not miss anything, you to remove this whole panel, you need to remove 1, 2, 3, no sorry, 3 and 4 bolts. Now all this panel is held by pressure pins. One is right here, one is right here. So now you can remove this easily. You see, hold the panel and pull, and then again here, hold the panel and pull. I missed a bolt. I did miss a bolt right here. Right here, there's another bolt. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts. And it comes right out. And maybe now you can see why I had to take this panel off. You see how short this cable is. I would never be able to reach this cable without taking the side fairing off. Here is the turn signal, and I have some adapters, and this adapter should go in, not this one, like that. Then we thread the cables in like so. Okay, and now for the other side, I'm gonna hold it in place, turn it around, and take the adapter from the back, like that. Take the washer. This is the anti-slip washer. So take this, put the washer in, then the nut, and thread it. Okay, so that's done. Now I need to set it in position and tighten it first. You see, previously I taped it up just to hold it in place. Okay, now there is two ways to go about it. You see, the turn signal comes with these connectors, and I don't like it. So what I'm gonna do, since I don't want to mess with the OEM connector, I'll take the OEM signal. It's already broken, it's useless for me, so I'm gonna use this like that, and I will cut here, and then I can make a connection with this cable to the turn signal cables. So I'm gonna take my crimping tool and cut this cable right here. That's good. Push this in a little bit more, and now we need to strip these cables. I want a little bit more, so let's adjust it that much. There we go. And then we'll do the second one as well, that much. The cables are stripped and prepared. I bought these small connectors so I can connect. Hang on, difficult to work like this. So I can work with these, and they just connect in like that. I don't want to press it to expand it yet, and they goes in like this. Cable goes here. So let's connect the cables first. Put this on. Yes. And now we'll take a new one, put the cable in like that, take my crimping pliers. Okay, first I can just press it with my fingers, and now I can like this. It's not going anywhere with my finger. Okay, so the connection is prepared. Before I install the resistors, I want to make sure we really need the resistors. So I'm going to connect this turn signal to this. So first, let's connect this connection we prepared earlier. Now take these cables. I'm going to have to lift it up. I'll put it here like that. And black wire is the ground wire. So I'll connect it just for now like that. Connect the second one like that. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see if it works at all and how it reacts. It's flashing, but I think I'll install the resistor and let's see how it reacts with the resistor. Here is my resistor. Usually the best is 6 ohms 25 watts, but I have 20 watts 15 ohms. So let's see what happens. Make sure the bike is off, the power is cut off. Disconnect, disconnect. So the ground wire goes to the ground wire, and that is no good because wait, we can do it like this. This goes with that. I'm gonna put the okay, and this goes to this one. Okay, the short wire I have connected to the turn signal, so that goes here, and the long wire connects here like this. Again, making sure nothing is touching because you will blow the fuse. So let's try it without the, not without, let's try with the resistor now. See how it reacts. Hmm. Hmm. I don't like it. All right, you know what? It is functioning more or less as it should, but I want it to go like that. The LEDs goes 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 and so on. So I will have to replace the resistor, but it's Sunday, I'm not gonna find new resistor, so I will complete the job and make sure when I install the panel back on that the resistor is reachable because I've extended the cable. So I can replace the resistor next time and it's gonna take me few seconds. So I'll put it on for now. So let's fix everything properly. That means, let me get you closer. Let's push these pins together properly. Push together. Previously, I had 20-watt 15 ohms resistor and the flashes were too fast. I found another resistor which is 20-watt 10 ohms, and now the flashes are much slower, which is much better than before. Not exactly what I want, but much better now. I will be replacing that resistor with 6 ohms 25 watt for much slower flashes. But for now, this will do, and I will place it in a way that I can take the resistor off without taking the side panel. So just want to put tape everywhere to make sure no water gets in. Do it as tight as possible. Everything is connected. I've insulated the connection so no water gets in and it holds it a little bit better. Now I can put the panel back on, but I want to put it in that way that next time when I need to remove the resistor or replace, which I will be doing it, I don't need to take the whole panel off, only the front radiator cover. So I'm going to place the resistors somewhere here so I can reach it. That's why I extended the cable. So let's put this panel back on. So you need to put this pin and this pin in. That goes here, here, and one on the other side. So let's do that. And hold the resistor cable like so. that goes in here. Let's turn this bike off first. So that will be, need to line everything up first. That goes here, that goes here, that goes here, that. Okay, this came off. So put this here, this here. It goes in like this, like that, like that. Perfect. Now I can place the resistor somewhere where I can reach if I want to change it. Okay, the turn signal is installed, the panel is back on. Let's test it. Yeah, it works perfectly. Now I can place the bolts back on, so I don't need to worry about anything coming loose. Let's do the tail. As I said before I can install the light and everything, I need to fix the tail because this plastic bracket needs to sit on the metal bracket. And the tail light won't go in just like that, so I will need to remove the tail either way. So let's do that. So let's take this cover off, and this tail is held by two bolts, 1 and 2, and then there are two studs underneath. Start by removing these two bolts. Here is our tail. Take the tail light and it just clips in like that. That's how it looks like. And now I need to put two bolts right here to hold the tail in position. So let me grab those. So I need to install the clips. I just taken it off from the original one, like that, like that. And two bolts needs to go here. So I've just checked the broken one, there are threads, and on the new one there are no threads. So looks like they want me to make threads. So I'll just make new threads. Like that. And another one. Okay, let's put the light back in. And now we put two screws. So now I can connect it. Perfect. Holding good. There we go. And now I can install the tail. So let's pull the cables. Slide this in between the wings. Okay, like that. And these needs to grab onto the wings. Cable is good. That is sitting right. Move the cables on the side and I can screw these in place. So let's put these bolts back. Don't want to do it too tight because it's plastic, you will crack it. Okay, let's put these studs back in. Need to line it up and press, click. Second one, click. It's nicely secured and we can start installing the light. Okay, I had to find some bits here and there in my spares so I can install the cowl cover. One goes right here, another one goes right here, and now we need to lift and hold, and I need one more bolt for here. This tail light does come with integrated turn signals, so we can choose to connect them or not. If you connect them, the tail light won't be legal. So if you want to connect them and still be legal, you still have to install a regular turn signals. I do have a resistor. I'm not sure if I want to do it, but I'll do it just to show you if you want to. So I've got everything here, and these are the turn signals for the rear. So before I start connecting anything, I need to install the tail tidy. Here is the tail. This is the road legal tail from AVDB Moto. I will leave all the links for the parts on my website, as I said before. So this is the short tail, and then we get with it a lot of things. Reflector, we have the plate light, and some nuts and bolts. So let's put on this tail, and then we can start installing the turn signals, and after that we can start making the connections. Let's assemble the tail first before I mount it on the bike. So we get everything: reflector, bolts, some heat shrink tubes for the cables. This is the light for the plate, and some zip ties and washers and so on. So let's install the tail light first. Not the tail light, sorry, the plate light. Okay, that goes in like that. And then we have washers, 1 and 2. Okay. And I don't know if I have that tiny key, so I'm gonna have to find it. Give me a second. Okay, I found it. The threads are not so great because I can't tighten them with my fingers, so I'm gonna have to use a key for that. Something's wrong with these threads. All right, doesn't matter. Let's tighten it. Now, just gonna line it up in the middle. Uh, like that. Okay, so that's how the tail light looks like. Now I will put a heat shrink tube. Now that's done. Now install the reflector. Remember, this reflector is needed if you want to keep it road legal. Okay, the washer goes here, the reflector goes in like that. Wait, is it going like this? Yeah, it's going like this. Okay. Okay, the reflector is done. Now we can install it. I think it will go, yeah, it will go behind because there are grooves, so the bolts will sit in, and these are the ones. I will not tighten them just yet because we might need to adjust depending on the size of the plate. So we'll do that after. Wrong way. Bolt goes in here, another one right here. Let's flip it like that. I just realized I need to flip it before I tighten anything. So that goes in like that. This cable is everywhere. Okay, another one like this. Oh my goodness, so hard to work. Okay, washers, washer, nut, another one. Okay, I'm not going to tighten it completely because I will need to adjust it later on. So now we can try a dry fit. For that, I need brackets. These are from original tail, and I also need spacers. Why the spacers? I'll show you in a second. So let's install the tail. First, I need to thread the cables through this hole like that. No, we need to go through here like that, and then through here like that. And now I need my brackets. These are from OEM. So we put them inside like this. Another one like this. Okay. And now the spacers. Why the spacers? Because without the spacers, the tail will be too much inside and it won't be visible. So you need to use the spacers. Okay, and now comes the difficult part. I need to hold everything, pull the cable and put bolts. Okay, one is in. Okay, second one is in. The tail is held by 4 bolts right here. I've already put 3. Ideal to take off the bracket, but I'm not gonna do that. All I will do is remove this switch and thread the bolt. So yeah, the tail is sitting correctly, the light is correct, everything is good. We just will need to adjust this because I don't think the plate will fit. We'll see about that later. So now I can tidy up the wires and start putting the turn signals. You can shrink this cable with a fire, a lighter or a heat gun. I prefer a heat gun. The tail tie is in place. Now I can install the turn signals. You might be wondering why I went with this design for the turn signal, because it matches the design of the wing. You see, I've been clever about it. So let's put these on, thread the cables through, and then after that we can start connecting cables and I'll show you how to do it. Let's put on the turn signals. Because I will make the connection at once because I will need to test everything before making everything permanent. So let's put this in. No adapters needed here. Remember, if you want to use your OEM turn signals for this, then you will have to cut this section out of the plate. Since I'm using aftermarket turn signals, they fit perfectly. So I don't need to make any modifications. All I have to do is put the wires through and tighten everything. Okay, you ready to see the result? See, I told you, it matches the wing design, looks amazing. This is the original tail. I'm going to salvage the cables and the connectors like I did for the front because as I said, I want to keep all the connectors original as they were before. So let me open this up, take these wires out, and then I'll show you how to connect them. I've taken the cables off the original tail so I can keep all the connector and it's gonna make the job much easier because I can just click, click, click. So I need to connect these cables, one for the left turn signal, one for the right turn signal. This is for the plate light, and then for the tail light, they did give us an adapter, so I don't need to salvage that. So, and of course, we have the resistors if you want to connect the tail light to the turn signals, which I will be doing that. Let's prepare these cables. Again, same thing. I will need my crimping tool. Let's do the second one. Let's connect the right turn signal first. So black is always ground wire. I'm not connecting everything properly just yet because I want to test if everything is working as it should. And then we'll take this wire, connect it to the red wire, and these two we connect to the turn signal cable that is right here. So let's connect this and this. Now I need to make sure nothing is touching nothing, so we can test the turn signal. I think this one is left, black one. I'm not sure. Let's see. We'll find out. Okay. So let's see which one is connected because I'm not sure which is which, left or right. So we'll find out. I'm doing the right now. Nothing. I'm doing the left one.
No, the left one is the right one.
Okay, hang on. So okay, I'm gonna turn on the right turn signal now. Is it working?
Nothing.
Okay. So I'm going to do the left now.
The right one is.
So the left is connected to the right one, so we need to switch it. Okay, I get it. Okay, I switch the wire. Let's see. So now I press the right and right is working. That's good. Now we can make this connection permanent. Okay, let's make this connection permanent. Push this in, push this in, this one, and this one. Okay, to insulate everything. You might be wondering why this is like that, because the resistor broke. Not the best quality, I have to be honest. So I had to fix it. Because that's the second resistor broke while I was just opening it and I was not even pulling on it. So maybe in future I'll probably go with a different brand, because it can be a really inconvenience if you break a cable and then you're done and you have to wait for new parts, which I don't like. But I fixed it. Okay, this turn signal is done. Now I can disconnect it because we know gray goes with gray. So let's put it on the side like so. And now I can do the left turn signal. That is this one right here. So for the left run, I already have the cables prepared. As you saw, I've done it wrong in previously. Again, 20 watt, 10 ohm, no, 15 ohms we need. 10 ohms is for the tail light. So 20 watt, 15 ohms. Let's connect like that. The black goes to the ground wire like this. The red goes to the gray. And now here, black goes to the black and brown goes to the red. You following it? I hope you are. All right, let's test the signal before I put tape and close it. So let's test the signals. Let's start with the right one. Good. Now the left one. Perfect. Now I can close up the connections. Turn signals are done. Let's connect the plate light. So these are the plate light wires. Unfortunately, I have ran out of these connectors. So I'm going to have to improvise. And that should be easy peasy. Let's put the heat shrink tube first, so we can hold the connection in place for the second one as well. Like that. Let's strip the wires. Again, I will take my tool and open it again. Okay, ground wire is black, so that goes in like that. Okay, let me press that. We want to do it. I want to grab a piece of rubber as well. Okay, same goes for the second one. You just have to make sure the connection is secure. That's it. It doesn't have to be pretty. Okay, I'm gonna bend these back like so. Bend these back. Take the tube, go over it and in. Second one as well, over and in. That's done. Let's shrink these. I take my heat gun. Now let's connect it and test it. So I'm testing now the plate light. So it should just turn on when I turn the key. Works great. And while we add it, just check the signals still work. Perfect. Now we move to tail light. Last remaining thing is the brake light. Now these are the cable for the brake light. This is 3 cables for brake light and 2 cables for the integrated turn signal. Let's connect these. First, I have an adapter or a connector for it. It came with a light which fits on the OEM as well. So to figure it out which cable goes where, I'm gonna open it and see the ground wire is here, this one. Now check how it connects. Connects like that. No, sorry. It connects like this. So that is a ground wire right here. So stick the ground wire in, then red goes here, one goes here. Pull the rubber in to make it waterproof, more or less. Let's connect it and test it. Okay, recording. Let's test the brake. That's front brake and that's rear brake. So it works perfectly. Now we connect the turn signals. For some reason the video did not record and I've already connected one of the integrated turn signal, which is right here. This dark blue wire is for the left turn signal and the light blue wire is for the right turn signal. So I'll show you how to do the right one, and that way you can also do the left one. What I need to do is close this connection first. I'm gonna put a heat shrink tube on top, connect this, that goes over. I will shrink it in a bit. Let's connect the turn signal first, and that I want to connect to this wire right here. So let me take this tape off. Okay, let's disconnect the connection first. So grab that like this. Now I take my cable and I can wrap over this right here. The reason I'm doing it this way because I do not have the connectors and it's Sunday and I'm not gonna wait it for tomorrow. So shrink tube, put that over like that and connect this to that like so. Put the shrink tube over to isolate so they won't touch, these cables won't touch each other, and then we have another shrink tube here. Now before I start to shrink these, let's test everything if it's working as it should. Okay, let's test everything. I hope everything works. Here we go. Brake light, yes. Plate light, yes. Front brake, yes. Rear brake, yes. Now right turn signal and integrated turn signal. Okay, now left signal and left integrated turn signal. Great. Now let me show you a funny thing which I don't know why it's doing that. So if I go from right signal immediately to the left signal without turning off the right signal, so I will just press the switch to the left signal. You see, now it has a single orange light, no red light. And if I go from now left to right without turning off the signal first, again it will have a single light. But if I turn off the turn signal, go turn on right side, red and orange, stop. Now left side, it should be red and orange. So I don't know why it's happening. I'll ask AVD Moto why is it set up like that, but either way it's working as it should for now. So now let's clean up the wires. Okay, let's pull this rubber cover over so everything is more or less waterproofed. Perfect. See, it's nice and clean. Install this back on. It's going upside down like that. There we go. And yeah, that's good. Let's install the plate holder. I have moved the reflector a little bit low so the plate holder can fit. And now we can put this on like that. Another bolt right here, another washer and nut to hold everything in place. Seat goes in like that. These go here, this goes here. That is not good. Like that and press. Okay, let's install the cowl cover and of course the seat. Forgot it needs to go like that first. Few hours later, the turn signal for the front, turn signals on the right, tail tidy and the tail light is done. If you still got some questions, leave them in the comments. As always, ride safe. See you on the next one.